Hi, my name is Tessie Lim and I have with me today psychologist Dr. Michael Hall. We're going into 2 days of training with Dr. Michael Hall, master trainer, psychologist and master coach. Now, through talking with Dr. Hall, we wanted to create for you a special training that enables you to benefit from Dr. Hall's specialty. Now, these are self-actualization psychology to coaching and meta-coaching at that, and how that is applied to leadership.
Leadership takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of patience, a lot of resilience, a lot of determination, a lot of commitment to some vision, some passion that you have if you're going to be a leader. I have something to give to people. I have something to make life better on this planet. I have power to think and to feel, but that power is very fallible. What I think I'm thinking, I'm even wrong, because we can all have blind spots. We're leading people to be their best, and if you can organize an organization like that and lead that, you would not only have a great place to work, but those people are going to be productive.
So Dr. Hall is a psychologist, and Dr. Hall, you've written more than now 40 books, and some of these books that I've read, look at these, they're all dog-eared and messed up. If I wanted to be as prolific a writer as you, and what would I have to do to be able to put out so much out there?
Step one would be to have vision, be passionate about it, and committing yourself to it. And then giving yourself to it, regardless of what others say, regardless of the effort it's going to take. It's just a matter of time.
Coaching in this country is relatively new, so there's a lot of confusion and misunderstanding. Perhaps you might like to explain to our audience.
Coaching is a brand new field. Coaching is different from consulting in that we don't give people advice. Meta coach is not an expert on the client. The client's the expert on what they want, their goals. The meta coach is the expert on facilitating the processes for making that happen. So the meta coach will have a conversation. I like to say they'll have a conversation like none other, that people will never have had that kind of a conversation, because it's going to get to the heart of things and facilitate the stepping back and the enlarging of the frames that then creates change to unleash those potentials.
So what's the work that you're doing with Maslow's work? How are you expanding Maslow's work into your work?
So Abraham Maslow said, a musician must make music. A poet must write. What a person is, he or she must be. So building upon Abraham Maslow and what he discovered about the bright side of human nature, that there is this drive, there is this passion, and there's qualities and characteristics to it, and that is driven by the lack of instinct, like animals, but the human instinct of curiosity, learning, meaning making, and so building upon that, most people know about his hierarchy, his pyramid of needs, and how we move up. The highest need is the need to self-actualize.
Most people I've spoken to don't have the drive, but most importantly, we all don't have the guts or feel that we have the power.
We can either be a clone of other people's ideas, or we can be true to ourselves. Because the human being is not like other animals that can be just a member of a herd. But there's uniqueness that in the most ordinary people they can obtain and achieve the most extraordinary things.
Because we have this ability that makes a person like me a leader in enabling, in enriching, in empowering.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel really special about being able to support someone else, about lending more understanding, and then suddenly the switch is on and everything becomes clearer, and then we don't get to feel so bad anymore. Because sometimes it's the little niggling things that get us down, and then if we don't attend to them, it gets bigger and it festers, and then it creates all kinds of other problems. When actually it's all about, okay, self-awareness, making the choice, and then looking at that, stepping away and saying, okay, let's take this to the next level. Can you explain to us what that actually is, this neurosemantics?
And so neurosemantics is about taking the meanings that are meaningful, significant, important, valuable to us, and turning it into action so we can actually perform it in the real world. We start with the individual self-actualizing, living a self-actualizing life, and that means running one's own brain, having a sense of choice, being a responsible human being, finding energy and vitality by finding one's passions and giving oneself to it, and entering into that human adventure, and then living with continued freshness of appreciation.
Well, I know what neurosemantics has done for me, and it's turned my life around. And I considered myself right at the bottom of the pyramid when I started this process. And I'm happy to report that I'm clawing my way up the scales every day, keeping my vision alive by what I do in my time. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the evidence, what you can actually see and touch and feel that tells you that where you're going is correct. Most people, most trainings that you go to, most books that you read tell you what you have to do, but they seldom tell you how to, or even yet, they don't give you a model that makes it easy for you to follow once the trainer goes away. My company, World Center of Personal Excellence, supports the work that Dr. Michael Hall does because it's actually the core of what I believe in, that is doing one's best no matter what. And it's about bringing about the best resources within ourselves. It's bringing about the best conditions, not depending on what other people say, on how other people react, or actually the environment that we live. And I'd like to do my part in making sure that I be a good model, that I am a good model for Dr. Michael Hall's philosophies as a meta coach, as a self-actualizing person, as a self-actualizing leader, that I can create the community that I be proud to contribute to. I can be part of a society that I can be proud to live in, and I can contribute to a world that I can be proud to leave to my children.